I get to bring in a good friend of mine from ECW, fellow ECW guys. They don't come around to the Wildside Arena too often, but we have one tonight. And I'd like you to give him a real big Wildside Arena round of applause for the former ECW World TV Champion, an amazing athlete, Kid Kash!
And Kid Kash getting ready to make his way down the rampway at the NCW Arena. Here he is, the former ECW television champion, Kid Kash, and a man who got his start here in NCW. Steve Prazak in the ring to interview ECW's
now,
Kid
I know
Kash.
It's like old home week here, because the early part of your career, you wrestled quite a bit right here in the NCW Arena.
Yeah, sure did with NCW, not exactly in this building, but a lot of other places up through North Carolina and Georgia and stuff like that, but it feels like being back home again, it sure does.
Yeah, it definitely is like old home week. But we have like a lot of athletes here as you've been to the dressing room here at the Wildside Arena. I know it's ECW athletes and Wildside athletes, different quality to and fro, but just as rough and tumble as they are in ECW. We got them here in Wildside.
Oh yeah, you know, for many years I wrestled with NCW, so I know a lot of the guys in the back, and you know, there are some rough guys back there. I mean, I've had some really great matches with a lot of those guys, and you can't take nothing away from any of them.
I want to point out too, I noticed you have a lot of friends around here. Have you had the opportunity to say hi to any of your friends backstage here at the Wildside Arena?
Well, I haven't really, yeah, there's a lot of guys.
I'm assuming Eddie Golden is not a friend of yours.
I got no problem with Eddie Golden. I mean, I'm happy for the man. He's the television champion. I mean, you done great for yourself, Ed. How's it going, buddy?
Good. Well, that's good.
There's a handshake.
Nice,
all right.
Nice thing, isn't it?
Let me tell you something, Dave Jericho, or Kid Kash, whatever you want to call yourself now. Eddie Golden is the television champion, and this is Wildside TV, not ECW. So I don't know what you're doing out here to begin with, and it's kind of insulting to a man of his stature the way you're talking out here.
Hey, look.
Oh my God!
I got the weekend off. I thought I would come down here, hang out with some old friends, and, you know, hang out.
Kid Kash, you got the weekend off. Oh, that's just great. You're coming here to see your friends. Well, tell my fans here in Cornelia, David, how many times have you called me since you got your illustrious contract, since you're my friend? Tell me, David, what it's like to be an ECW superstar and walk into the man's house. Why don't you just tell these Cornelia fans how great you are? And why don't you tell me, David, since you are the man, and David, Kid Kash, you are my friend, and friends to many in the back, why don't you clarify, David, what your ECW contract really covers stepping into my ring?
My ECW contract, it doesn't keep me from anything.
Exactly. It doesn't keep you from anything, but me and my best friend, not to mention lawyer, was just curious if your contract might, just maybe, cover a little facial print.
Oh! Slapping Kid Kash is Eddie Golden. Kash taking his shirt off. He's not going to take that lion down. They may go at it right here. Unbelievable. ECW's Kid Kash with an off weekend came down just to visit.
Hey, you don't have to work this. You don't have to wrestle it. Come on, man.
He is not scheduled to wrestle.
Let me tell you something, David Kash. Don't you even think about putting your hands on this man, or your ECW contract's going to be supporting him for the rest of his life, because we will sue you. There is no match scheduled. But I'll tell you what, maybe you would like to wrestle the Wildside television champion, and maybe you'd like to find out exactly why he is the best thing on television.
Steve Prazak in the middle of a situation that's about to explode.
I'll tell you what, like I said, I got the weekend off. And every week with ECW, if you're not down here, you're probably sitting your ass in front of the television watching me kick everybody's ass there, because I am the ECW World Television Champion. Let me tell you something. You want a match, you piece of shit? Whoa! I'll tell you what. Just like every other wrestler back there, I carry my bag wherever I go. I think I got some tights and boots back there. Carry your ass on back out here. You people want to see that?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Eddie Golden, brother, you remember one thing. All those years in NCW in the past, all those battles we had, just remember one thing, pal. Remember back. I always beat you.
Oh, former friends, now bitter enemies, as it looks like what was a great program is now going to be the greatest program. Kid Kash will face Eddie Golden this week on Wildside. Fans, stay tuned. This is one for the books. Golden versus Kash this week on Wildside.
Well, that's not something that Kid Kash expected. Yes, he does have the weekend off, and typically for an ECW athlete, you don't have many weekends off. And what we have here, we have Kid Kash wrestling, going to be a grueling match against a very game and a very able Eddie Golden.
Well, hey, if Heyman would have learned how to convert Canadian dollars to American dollars, they wouldn't have had a weekend off. Unfortunately, that concept as foreign to him as chain wrestling.
Maybe ECW can mesh with Thomas Cook.
Now Golden and Kash, former friends in what's being billed as a respect match. And also, I do want to make a point of noting, this match was not scheduled to happen, but when they did decide to hook it up during the commercial break, I was on the phone with Steve Carroll, legal counsel for Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Steve Carroll, I might point out, the happiest man I've ever met in my life.
The happiest man, perhaps, but not as happy as Mr. Happy, but, and this, that while Eddie Golden is the Wildside Television Champion, this is not a title match because as an ECW contracted athlete, Kash is not allowed to compete in a title match for another organization. But hey, regardless, it's great to have him here. Oh!
It certainly is. Boy, well, the things that Kash brings to the table is an entirely different attack than what Eddie Golden does. Literally, you might see every wrestling move under the sun within the next 15 minutes.
I mean, you talk about Kid Kash, he blends the styles of American pro wrestling, Japanese puroresu, and Mexican lucha libre, whereas Eddie Golden is a wrestler. So we're going to see a little bit of everything right now, a standoff at the NCW Corral.
I might point out, too, when Kid Kash is wrestling, cash is money!
Cash is money! Cash is money! Cash is money!
Can I get you a barbiturate?
No, but you can get JoJo one.
I'll get right on it.
If they ever bring you back. Now Golden with a hammerlock. But no, reversed by Kash, and now Kash goes around behind and has one of his own.
Actually, because this match is somewhat young here, it's been literally a study in reversals from the get-go.
In reversal, speaking of young, both these men, wily veterans, but still young in age, and both men have very bright futures. This is not the first time they will be main eventing professional wrestling television shows, and certainly not the last time.
Oh, it certainly is not. We might point out what a great pedigree that Eddie Golden brings to the ring. Part of the massive wrestling Golden family. Some very gifted athletes in there, and I think Eddie Golden is the finest of the bunch.
The nephew of Jimmy Golden, also known as the Bunkhouse Buck when he worked for that outlaw in Smyrna. And you talk about their extended family includes Ron and Robert Fuller, two of the great legends. But now Golden up and over the top rope to the floor. Great bout so far in the early goings. And
oh there! It's Air Kash right on top of both Jeff G. Bailey and Eddie Golden.
Bailey in trouble, and I still can't get over what we saw during the last segment. Oh, great chop by Kash, but Bailey having Laz and Shank arrested. What a real man Bailey is. I hope you're proud.
Oh, Bailey, he's on rubber legs right now.
Well, that matches the rubber checks he keeps mailing me. Speaking of checks, you know Kid Kash is always cash, always go through, but now met with an elbow in the corner. Oh, big high kick takes Kash down.
Oh, it's Eddie Golden. He's like so good. And interesting, because think of the wide variety of athletes we have in ECW right now. I don't think Kid Kash has seen anybody with quite the attack that Eddie Golden brings. This is going to be a true test for Kid Kash,
yeah,
but I might point out, even a bigger test for Eddie Golden here this evening. They're taking it, not taking it to the streets exactly. Doobie Brothers reference.
Golden, the instigator. We saw the slap heard round the world at the opening of the program. Oh,
there's a Huracan Rana that pays. Oh boy, this Kid Kash, he is money.
Clothesline, clothesline.
Clothesline.
Only gets a 2 count. Still can't put Eddie Golden away.
A few people have put Eddie Golden away, which is why he's one of the prize members of the NWA Elite. But I don't think Kid Kash is too nonplussed by that.
Wait a second. It looks like Kash was maybe setting up for the moneymaker. Oh, Golden holds on. He's got him. Oh, no. Kash reverses it, too. Golden out. Pulls him up.
One pin after another. Boy, poor referee, Jimmy Rivers, he's blown up.
Both men back up to their feet. Both duck under. Golden meets him with a boot. Picks him up. Kash flips up and over. Comes across with a boot of his own. Here it is.
It's the moneymaker.
Moneymaker!
Oh! Oh dear! And Eddie Golden.
Oh no!
Not in time for AJ Styles and Onyx of the NWA Elite to come in here and just try to destroy Kid Kash just as he was getting the pin on Eddie Golden.
Kash hit the moneymaker on Golden, and truth be told, he likely would have had him there if not for AJ Styles and Onyx coming in.
Oh dear, oh, a bit of a, however, how rare it is for anybody to defeat Eddie Golden, and Kid Kash, I believe, was going to do it.
That's right, he was going to do it, and officially he still will do it, albeit by disqualification.
Oh dear, the plot thickens. Here comes the Boogaloo crew. And Joe Harley, the Roadhogs, all doing a number on what's left of the NWA Elite.
The Boogaloo crew and Kid Kash and Joe Harley, moneymaker on Onyx. Oh!
Bonk! And Onyx knows now never to mess with Kid Kash. A valuable lesson for the future.
Boogaloo crew, Joe Harley, Kid Kash, NCW, Wildside, and ECW all represented in the ring.
And on the broadcasting booth, too. Forgive me.
Yes. And Eddie Golden.
Eddie Golden, he seems to be more surprised than anything else. He didn't expect that. I don't know if he expected a victory. He sure would have liked one. But against Kid Kash, that is way too tall an order.
Kid Kash, Boogaloo crew, Joe Harley representing the best in professional wrestling today. And what a way to end this week's program. Fans, next week, as we previously announced, Terry Knight gets his rematch against Jesse Taylor. Plus, the American males will face the Hot Shots. We'll see the Boogaloo crew in action and AJ Styles. You know, AJ Styles thinks he's so pretty. Well, I'm going to put him in the ring against someone who really is so pretty.
Who could that be? He asked him knowingly.
Styles, Romeo Bliss next week. Fans, stay tuned. Tune in next week. Tune in each and every week here on Wildside. For Steve Prazak, this is the commish. Al Getz. We'll see you next week.
What Al said.